Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mitesh Gala. Welcome to Rough Book, a learning companion.
Hi, we're getting into rational irrational numbers exercise 1B, the most awaited one, and trust me, it's the most interesting one also. So if you pay attention, I'll see to it that I make this exercise as simple as possible for all of you. So better pay attention over here right in the beginning. Let's see what we're going to do. Now, before we get into it, tell me, is this rational or irrational? Don't look at the root because you can solve it as 2 and therefore it becomes rational. It's not irrational. But if I tell you root 5, is it rational or irrational? Irrational because you can't solve it. How about this one, 3 root 5? Irrational, correct? Now here and here there is a difference. Here can you see it's a square root and this is a cube root. When they say square root means there is a number 2 and here there is a number 3. So this number which you see over here is called as order, and this number inside is the base, and that's your root. So we should know these parts when we are doing it. Most importantly, this one, this is called as order. So at times when the orders are different, you cannot perform any application. I mean to say multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, not possible. But when the orders are same, then you can do it. How are you going to make the orders same? If I say 2 root 3, can I write this? This is a surd. It is called as a surd. But it's a mixed surd because you have a number outside and inside. Can you make it as a pure surd? Yes. How? Push this inside. So when 2 goes inside, it has to be written twice because there is a square root over here. So 2 2s are 4, 3s are 12. When you say root 2 2s are 4, 3s are 12. So you say square root 12. Likewise, if this was cube root 3 and 2 outside, now when you push this inside, it will be written thrice. Why 3 times? Because the order is 3. That's very, very important. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24, and we call it as cube root 24. Are you getting it now? So this is very, very important. One more thing, this number 3 is inside the root and this is outside. So many times I see children writing this 3 outside or maybe this 2 inside. That's wrong. Both are completely different and you need to write them in different ways only. Okay. Then if they ask you cube root 3 and root 2, which is a bigger number, how will you find that out? For that we'll have to make both the orders same. So you'll have to take the LCM of this, that is 3, and the order here, that is 2. So LCM is 6. So 3 root 3 will become 6 root. So this 3 how many times is 6? 2 times. Therefore the number inside also will be written twice. So it becomes 6 root 9. Likewise root 2 is written 6 root. So this 2 is the 2 over here, square root. So 2 3s are. So this number also will be written thrice. So it will become 6 root 8. Now since the orders are same, we can compare it. So how to make the orders same is with the LCM. That's very, very important. So most of the sums we are going to work on this. Let's see how can we go about it. So let's begin with sum number 1. First they say state whether it is rational or no. So you should solve it. A square, B square, 2AB, the formula. So this is 4 plus 2. Root 2 square matlab root 2 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2 is root 4. Root 4 is 2. We know that very well. 2 2s are 4 root again by 2. So 4 plus 2 6 plus 4 root 2. You can't add these two because here this is root 2 and this is without any root. So they both are different. You cannot add them. And since you can see a root 2 over here, you can directly say therefore it is an irrational number. Had we not got the root, we would have said it is a rational number. Exactly same way can you tackle this. What formula? A plus B, A minus B. So A square minus B square. So we will say 25 minus 5. So answer is 20. Therefore rational or irrational? Yes, therefore it is a rational number now. Are you understanding how to do it? Can you pause the video and try this last one on your own? 1 part 4. Pause and try. So A square plus B square minus 2 times AB. So I will get 3 plus 2 minus 2 root 6. So 5 minus 2 root 6. Again I can't do anything. Therefore it is an irrational number. How many hands go up who got this correct? Superb. You're really doing very well. Let's move on to the next one. 1 part 5. Again solve it and say whether it is rational or no. So 3 square will be 9. 2 square is 4 and root 2 ka square is 2. So basically 9 upon 8, and you can say therefore it is rational, because rational is P upon Q. You remember exercise 1, P upon Q, both integers and Q not equal to 0. So therefore it is a rational number. Come on, pause, get me this last one. So root 7 square is 7, 6 square is 36 and root 7 square is again 7. So 7, 6 4s are 42, 21 plus 4, 25. And therefore it is a rational number. If you got the same thing, brilliant work, you are doing very well. Okay, next one, 2 part 2, they just says find the square of it. So you take the number and you square it. So basic formula, a square b square, come on, hit it, plus 2ab. So what do we get? 9 plus 4 plus 2 root 6. So 9 plus 4 is 13 plus 2 root 6. You don't have to say whether rational or irrational, they just said square it. So you squared and you are sorted. Can we do the same thing again here? Pause, try on your own, experience the sum and only then come back to see if you got it correct or no. So a square b square 2 times ab. So we get 9, 2 square 4, root 5 is 5, 3 2s are 6 2s are 12, root 5. So 9 plus 20 plus 12 root 5. So you will get 29 plus 12 root 5. Got it? Easy? Brilliant. Let's move on to the next one. This is sum number 13. They say put it in the ascending order. So you'll have to take these both, mixed surd, convert to pure surd in order to compare. So 3 root 5 will become 5. 3 going inside the root, so it will be twice because it's a square root. So 9 into 5 root 45. Likewise, let's take the second one, 4 root 3. So 4 going inside the root, so it will be written twice. 4 4s are 16, 3s are 48. Now can we compare? Yes. So root 45 is less than root 48. Therefore, root 45 is nothing else but 3 root 5 less than 4 root 3. So ascending order is what they want. So you say ascending order 3 root 5 and then 4 root 3. Easy? Pause. Try this third one. Come back. Rejoice if you get it correct. Come on, try it. So 6 root 5. 6 will come inside, so twice. 5 6 are 30 into 6. So root 180. 7 root 3. So 7 also will be written twice. So 49 into 3, 157. And the last one, 8 root 2. So 2 into 8 will be written twice again. So 8 2s are 16 into 8, or 864 into 2, 128. Now can we compare? Yes. So ascending order is going to be the smallest, then the next one, and finally the biggest. Write the original one also. So 128 is 8 root 2, 157 is 7 root 3 and 6 root 5. So by observation you can't say directly, you actually have to convert it as a pure surd, and only then you can compare the three of them easily. Let's move to the next one. They say descending order this time. So again this time we'll have to convert it. Okay, so 2 4 root 6. So 4 root 6. 2 will come inside how many times? 4 times, because there is a 4 over here. So 1 2 3 and 4. So 2 2s are 4 2s are 8 2s are 16 into 6. So 4 root 96. Likewise, can you convert this one? Come on, pause the video, try on your own. So 2 into 3 also 4 times. 1 2 3 and 4. So that's going to be 9 into 9, 81 into 2, 162, 4th root. Here also 4th root. So now descending order is going to be, this is the bigger one, 4 root 162 and then 4 root 96. Likewise the original one. So this will be written as 3 4 root 2, and this will be written as 2 4 root 6. So we got a descending order. Come on, I'm challenging all of you all. Can you try this one on your own and get it for me? Pause your video and let's see if you get it correct. It's a simple one actually, okay? So 7 root 3 is going to be 3 into 7 into 7. So 49 into 3, 147. Likewise 3 root 7. So 7 into 3 into 3. So 9 into 7, 63. So therefore descending order, root 147, root 63. Original descending order, this will be written as 7 root 3 and this will be written as 3 root 7. Got it? How many hands go up? Great job. You're doing very well. Be confident. Don't worry. Compare. You have to tell which is the bigger. The crocodile mouth, you remember, taught in standard 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So which is the bigger one now? Still don't know in spite of being taught in first and second. Yeah, because the orders are different. So how are you going to make the orders same? So LCM of 6 and 4, that will be 12. So 6 root 15 will be 12 root. 6 how many times? 2 times. So you're going to write this 15 how many times? 2 times. So 12 root 225. Once again, 4 root 12. We need 12 root because that's what the LCM is. So 4 how many times? 3 times. So you're going to write this 12 also 3 times. So that will make it as 144 into 12. Let me multiply. 12 8s are 12 4s are 48. 52 12 1 7 2 8. Yeah. Now you can compare easily. Yes, we can. So 12 root 225 is smaller than 12 root 1728. So for the original answer, 6 root 15 is smaller than 4 root 12. Are you getting it? How to go about it? 12 48, 48 plus 4 52, 12 plus 5 1728. Correct. Let's go with the second part now. So again 2 and 3. So LCM of 2 and 3 is equal to 6. So root 24, 6 root. This is 2 over here. Square root means 2. So 2 3 times. So 24 also we are going to write 3 times. Bapre, lots to multiply. So 24 square is 576 into another 24. 6 4s are 24, 28, 30, 23. 6 2s are 12, 14, 15, 10 and 1, 11. So 4, 2, 8, 3, 1. So I get 6 root 1, 3, 8, 2, 4. I'm not sure if it is correct. 4 square 16, 8, 16, 17, 5. This is correct. 24, 30, 23. 12, 15, 11. Correct. So 4, 2, 8, 3. Yeah, that's all right. Now for the next part, 3 root 35. So 6 root. 3 how many times? 2 times. So 35 also will be written twice. So that will become 6 root. 35 square 1225. Now can we compare easily? Yes. 13824 is bigger than 1225. So this original is root 24, bigger than original is 3 root 35. And there we go. Got it? Great. How many of you are getting it correct? I am proud of you. Seriously proud of you. Good job. Next one. Add two irrational numbers between 5 and 6. Irrational numbers. So you can take anything in decimals probably and you will get it. Alright. So irrational numbers between 5 and 6. So what easier method would be? 5 is equal to, you can write it in the root form, that will be root 25, and 6 will be root 36. Correct? Now write any two numbers between these two which are irrational. As simple as that. So therefore irrational numbers between 5 and 6 are, I can write root 28 because you can't solve it, it's not a perfect square. I can write root 31. You can write any numbers that you want between 25 and 36. And that's it. You manage to get between them irrational numbers, not rational. Okay. Likewise, 5 irrational numbers between these two. So convert them into pure surds like this, and then you will be able to add numbers. Okay. So 5 into root 2 goes inside, so 2 times. So 2 2s are 4, 5s are 20. Likewise 3 root 3. So 3 goes inside twice. So root 27. So therefore 5 numbers between 2 root 5 and 3 root 3 are. You can write any 5 numbers between them. So 21, 22, 23, 24. Don't write 25 because 25 you get the answer. Okay, it's not irrational, it's rational. And 26. So we get 5 numbers like that. Had you written 25, it's wrong because that's rational. 25 can be written as 5. We want irrational. Remember that. Okay. Moving to the next one. 19. 3 irrational numbers between root 3 and root 5. Now between root 3 root 5 I can think of root 4. But now how to get another 2? Okay. So pay attention to me carefully. 3 and 5. So what you should do is take square roots of those numbers which are perfect squares but in decimals between 300 and 500. For example, you will say taking 324. Okay, the next perfect square after 324 could be 361, and then it could be 484 or 400 and 484 probably. Correct? So I am not taking this one. Let's take these 3 and then put a root under it and put a decimal over there. So when you take the root of this, it will be called as 1.8. This will be called as 1.9. Let me check. 81, 8, 9, 18 plus 8, 26. Correct. And this will be called as 2.2. Can you see these 3 numbers will lie between these two now. So you can say therefore 3 numbers are 1.8, 1.9 and 2.2. Got it now? Did I make it easy for you? Great. This is not irrational. I think this is rational only. My bad. So these are rational numbers. Okay. Next one. You could have taken even root 400 and you would have got 2 because you need rational. So no problem at all. 20. They just want you to simplify. So both are root 5 or 5th root. So let's take together 16 into 2. So that will be called as 5th root 32. Now what to do? So split this 32 as 2 2s are 2s are 2s are 2s are. Check. 2 2s are 4 2s are 8 2s are 16 2s are 32. 5 times 2 and its 5th root will come out only once. For example, cube root 8. What we do? We write 2 into 2 into 2. Cube and 3 times, so it becomes once. So cube root 8 is 2. Likewise, 5th root of 32 will become 2. Do you understand this logic? Great. Let's move to the next one. 20 part 2. Simplify again. So both are 4th root. So I am writing it as 4th root 243 upon 3 together. So it will be 4th root of 81 because this gets cancelled. 81 ka factors I am taking. So 3 3s are 3s are 3s are. 4th root and 4 times 3. So my answer should be 3. Easy? Can you try this last one? 3 into 4, 12. 3 into root 7. 4 into 2. And root 2, root 7, root 14. Nothing is like terms. So you have to leave the sum like that only. Got it? 20 part 3. Now there are 2 sums which are left in between, that is 5 and 6. Very important, very crucial. So I thought I'll do it right at the end. Prove that 3 plus root 2 is irrational. Now how will we do this? Pay attention carefully, okay? Or let's take it this way. There are 2 parts over here. Let's take this first and then we'll do one more part, okay? So you are going to go reverse here. Let root 3 plus root 2 be rational. So we are assuming, okay, be rational number which is equal to a. So we are calling a as a rational number. So root 3 plus root 2 is equal to a. Now what I can do is I will say a and pushing root 2 on the other side is equal to root 3. Squaring both sides. So I get a square plus 2 minus 2a into root 2 is equal to 3. Correct? A square b square 2ab. So a square minus 2 root 2a and 3 goes on the other side. Sorry, 2 goes on the other side, so becomes 1. So a square minus 1 is 2 root 2a. Now a is rational, 1 is rational. That means this entire thing is rational. So we say a and 1 are rational and therefore LHS is a rational number. But your root 2 is not rational. So you will say but RHS to root 2a is not rational or is irrational. Correct? So therefore LHS is not equal to RHS. So whatever we supposed is wrong. So you say therefore our assumption is wrong. Now what did we assume? We assume that it is a rational number. It is wrong. So if it is not rational, what is it? Irrational. So you said therefore root 3 plus root 2 is an irrational number. So basically you are proving that it is irrational, but you are using the reverse technique where you are saying that let it be rational and then proving that they are not equal. So once again the steps. First let it be equal to a, send one number on the other side, square both sides, open it, and then flip everything on one side which is rational and keep everything on the other side which is irrational. If you want to make it more easier, send this a also down. Okay, now this entire thing is irrational, but this is rational. Sorry, this is rational, this is irrational, my bad, and therefore you can say it is not equal and hence our supposition is wrong. Likewise, we can do one more part. Can I do it here? Prove that 3 plus root 2 is irrational. Let's say if such type of a question comes, what will we do? So we'll say let 3 plus root 2 be equal to a, where a is a rational number. Okay, same method we are using. So now what will happen in the next step? A minus 3 is root 2. So you say a and 3 are rational. Correct? Therefore a minus 3 is rational. That is LHS. But root 2 is irrational. Correct? And therefore LHS not equal to RHS, and therefore our supposition is wrong or assumption is wrong. So since the assumption is wrong, therefore 3 plus root 2 is irrational number. So if you get only one root and another normal number, simple method. But if you get both under the root, then you will have to use the squaring technique and then prove that it is irrational. Clear now in the head, everyone? Brilliant. Coming to the last part, draw on the number line. So all these things, how are you going to draw on the number line? They are all real numbers, you remember in the start. So real means they can be represented on the number line, but how? So before we go ahead, let's understand some basics called as Pythagoras theorem. So if you have a triangle with 1 on 1 unit, how much will be the hypotenuse? So let's say triangle ABC. So AC is going to be 1 square plus 1 square and AC square. Pythagoras. So AC becomes 1 plus 1 2 and square goes on the other side, so root 2. So if this AC is root 2 and if I draw an arc down of same measurement, then this part, let's say AD, also will become root 2. Likewise, let's say if AB is 2 and this is 1, then how much would the hypotenuse be? So 2 square plus 1 square under the root. So 4 plus 1, 5. So it becomes root 5. How do you draw root 2, root 5 on number line? That's what we are going to do. So just giving you the basics. Let's say if you want to draw root 3, then you will first draw 1 with 1 and drop it down. So let's say this is your number line. Okay. So this becomes root 2, which we understood here. Now to get root 3, again take 1, draw and drop. This becomes root 3. How? So now this line from O to this point, alright, O to this point, root 2 is basically root 2. This is 1. So how much is the hypotenuse? So root 2 square plus 1 square. So 2 plus 1, 3 under the root. So this becomes root 3. Do you understand why root 3 now? Yes, that's what your first part of the question is. Draw 2 root 3 on a number line. So you draw a number line, you can take 2 centimeter as 1 unit or 1 centimeter as 1 unit, whatever your teacher has taught. Preferably you can take 2 centimeters, no problem. I am also doing the same. So I am taking from here 2 centimeters as 1 unit on each part. Okay. Likewise on this side also 2 centimeters. 1 more. So let's call this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Likewise negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. That's the number line. Now to get root 3, I'll have to first get root 2. Root 2 is 1 by 1. You remember? 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. So 1 square plus 1 square, 2. So that is root 2. So this basic line or the hypotenuse is root 2. We take the compass from O, we measure to this point where it is intersecting and we drop the line down. So whatever I got here is basically root 2. Okay. Now to get root 3, I will take this root 2 and draw again 1 centimeter here, and when I join this, so now this is root 2 from here O to here, and this is 1. So by Pythagoras, root 2 plus 1 will give us 2 plus 1 root 3 under the root, that is the hypotenuse. So once I got root 3, from 0 I will extend to this point and drop the line down. So whatever I have got now is basically root 3. So this point P is root 3. They want 2 root 3, that means root 3 2 times. So this is once. Let's draw one more time. So from O you can measure till P. So this is 1 root 3, one more root 3. So that means till this point R from O. So you can say OR is equal to 2 root 3. Do you now understand how to draw this on the number line? Very important, very interesting. If this is root 3, this is also root 3, then the whole thing is 2 root 3. So you can drop this down and say 2 root 3 as point R. Use pencil only. Okay. Likewise, can you do 2 root 5 without my help? These two we'll do later. So come on, pause. Think how are you going to draw root 5 and then 2 root 5. So just do it 2 times. That's it. Common sense. So let's see. Pause and try on your own and come back if you got it. So starting here at 0, because I need more place on that side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Likewise negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Alright. Now we want root 5. So root 5 by Pythagoras, it will need what? 2 and 1. So becomes 2 square 4, 1 square 1, so 5. And therefore this hypotenuse is going to be root 5. So you can directly take 2 over here. Take 1 as a vertical line. And let's join this. So what we have got is now 2 and 1. So this line O to this point is already root 5. Okay, you can write over here root 5 if you want. And dropping this down, well, this is root 5. So when I drop it down, this point here also becomes root 5. So that's point P. Okay, you can take any alphabet, doesn't matter. Now O to P is root 5. I want 2 root 5. So one more time P2 further. You can call it, let's say, S. And this point now becomes 2 root 5. Do you understand how to show it on the number line now? Yeah? Did I make it easy for you? Now 3 plus 2 root and 3 minus root 2. Not 2 root, root 2. How are you going to draw this? 3 plus root 2 and 3 minus root 2. You have to do it on different number lines. I am doing it on the same one to save our time. Okay? So drawing the number line first. Calibrating it 0. Moving further 2 centimeters. And on the other side also, just to give the effect. So negative 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now 3 plus root 2. So on 3, this is from here to here is 3. You need more root 2 on this side plus root 2. So from 3 we want root 2. How to get root 2? You remember 1 by 1. So this is 1, this also is 1. Let's join them. And this is root 2. So when I drop it from here to this point down, it is going to be root 2. Correct? So this point here, let's call P, is actually 3 plus root 2. So you can write over here OP is equal to 3 plus root 2. See, OP. O to 3 is 3 and this is root 2. So OP becomes 3 root 2. Likewise now 3 minus root 2. So from 3 we'll come back. How much? Root 2 only. So this is already root 2. So draw the arc behind. And wherever it hits on the number line, that is this point. Okay. So here you go. This point let's call it as R. So OR is basically 3 minus root 2, because this is also root 2, this is also root 2. See, try and understand, if this is root 2, this line from 3 to P, then this line here from 3 to this P, this is not P, sorry, this is A, let's call it A, then P, this is also going to be root 2. Likewise, same thing, I am taking this side to point R, so this also is root 2. Basically, we are using the circle technique to get the root 2 everywhere. So 3 plus root 2 is OP and 3 minus root 2 is OR. So if they tell you to do only this minus 1, then you don't draw this side, you just draw on the other side. So this part will not be shown. Are you getting it now? So I hope I helped you to understand how to draw your number line very well, okay, especially these numbers. That means they are real. Once again, homework 1B, I want you to do 1 part 4, 5, 6 part 2, 15, 18 and 20 part 4. I am sure you are going to do a good job if you practice this on your own. On Roughbook app, we are going to upload new videos every now and then. For example, this one, 1A, 1B, so that you get enriching experience very soon. I am also going to do 1C all over again, so you get better videos now when you come on Roughbook app. You can pass on the word to other people, let them also subscribe, let them also get benefit out of it, so all of us can grow together. Until I make the next video, please take care, stay safe, pray for everyone and be honest.
Hope you had a lovely mathematics experience with the Roughbook, our learning companion.